On Saturday, the men's soccer team traveled to South Bend to take on second-ranked and unbeaten Notre Dame in their first match as ACC foes. The Cavaliers prevailed thanks to 2 goals from second-year forward Darius Madison. For his contributions in the win, Madison was named the ACC Player of the Week and the National Player of the Week by College Soccer News.
I mean, I live for big games like that. You know, my dad always told me like big players show up in big games, and I just told myself that I wanted to be a big part of, beating Notre Dame. It actually happened so fast. Like, someone played me a through ball, and it was like on the corner of the 18. There's one defender right there. I kind of just made a move by him. And then another guy, like, I guess he like kind of did slip, but I did take a touch around him anyway. And then I was like on the top of the D. And like I kind of looked up and saw the goalie was like leaning towards the far post, so I just hit it near post and goal. Second goal, I was like on a little behind the 50 on their half, and just spent the guy, took it inside the 18, corner of the 6, just passed it near post. Because behind it told me right at the end of halftime, he was like the goalie's cheating, so I knew he was going to go far post and try and get the cross. So I just put a near post on him.
How about the individual effort from Darius Madison, his second goal, 2-0 Virginia?
Darius is he's still a young guy, and he's always a handful. He's always a menace for the other team. He's strong, he's fast, he's athletic, and I think him getting 2 goals in a big game like that has really done a lot for him. And not only for like this season, but for the future. I think it's going to be a little bit of a time with him, but the more a goal scorer scores, the more you get accustomed to it, the more you get used to it. And so, if that game's any indicator, the future's bright for him.
Virginia encountered a midweek scare against UNC Greensboro when the Spartans tied the game in the second half and forced overtime. Ultimately, it was first-year Riggs Lennon who won the game for the Cavaliers just 5 minutes into the extra period.
We just figured, Tuesday night games, sometimes they get a little out of hand just because, the crowd's maybe not there for us and everything like that. We just kind of don't really play up to our par. We just figured like we couldn't lose that game. There's no way in the world that we could lose that game after, coming off of such a high of beating Notre Dame. So we just figured, we just had to, turn it up and just finish business because we just couldn't mess around.
Well, all practice we've been working on near post runs, and Jordan Allen played a great ball, and I just made my near post run, and he did the hard part. I just had to kind of guide it in, It was a great ball by Jordan, so I just got there to my spot.
I think we were in cruise control a little bit. We're winning 1-0. It's a Tuesday night. We got Carolina on our mind. It's human nature, all of us. And we're winning 1-0. I think there's 20 minutes left in the game, and we're just kind of cruising. They weren't getting dangerous on us, and they get a corner, and they score off a corner, and all of a sudden that changes everything, And so now the dials have to be turned up. I put some fresh legs on the field. I made 2 or 3 subs to start with. I think that really helped getting some fresh legs onto the field, and we started going after it, I felt like we were going to get a goal in the last 15 or 20 minutes, but as soon as we got into overtime, I felt like we had 20 minutes, 2 10-minute periods, that the way we finished the last 15 minutes of regulation, if we had 20 more minutes, that we would score a goal, and sure enough we did.
With the win, UVA extended its unbeaten streak to 11 games. After some early season struggles, changes were made to ensure the team could make a run at a crucial time.
First of all, probably formation change. We were playing more of a 4-3-3 then, and quickly switched 2 games into the season, 2 or 3 games into the season, into a 4-4-2, which I think suited us more. It suited Darius more. It suited a lot of our players more. And we started getting results pretty quickly.
I think it's very important to develop a role right at the end of the year. It's right when the games start to matter. Teams start to kind of surface of like what you're going to do for the rest of the season. So I think it's very important to start developing this role right at the end of the season.
Up next, the last 2 games of the regular season, both against ACC foes, November 1st against North Carolina and November 8th against Boston College, both games at Clockner Stadium.
We just stay focused and we keep playing our game. I feel like we'll just roll through these last 2 games and just keep it hot and just go through the tournament and hopefully keep that streak alive and go into the NCAAs and make a nice run.